Not a success yet. Give me time. New Year's Eve 2012. We're just about to welcome in the brand new happy year of 2013. And we're here with, back with LC475. I've had a request from one of the chaps who I work with just to give the old LC with that, what was it, SCSI drive thing, adapter, with some MicroDrives, Hitachi MicroDrives. I've got two to test with. When was I using autofocus? So there's one drive. It's Apple branded. I believe these are out of iPod minis. I've actually got two of them. I've got the Apple one, which has the Apple logo, and just a blank OEM looking one. So we'll give these a go, see if they work. So we've got, as you can see there, the LC pretty much set up and ready to go. I've also received the 40 megahertz 68K 040, which I will be giving a go of, but not just yet. And I don't think we'll be doing it all the way up to 40. We'll be going to 33. 33 should be sufficient, but being a 40 megahertz chip, it gives me plenty of room to breathe. So we'll start off by using the Apple branded one just to see what happens. So just switch this over. Compact flash to MicroDrive. Fits in perfectly. No issues there. Just pop this back in. We'll just pop. There we go. You can tell it's a Monday. Oh, it is actually a Monday. Oh, there you go. So I need a boot disk for the LC, which I don't have. So I'm going to go ahead and make a boot disk, and then we'll meet back here and try formatting, see how it goes. Well, knowing my luck, I got rid of my boot disk, which had FWB hard drive toolkit on it, version 1.6. So I have to recreate that. To recreate that, though, I needed a booting Mac with a whole bunch of stuff that isn't on the card. So yeah, I'm just going to make that boot disk, and then I'm going to make an image of it, so I've got it for the future in case anything does go wrong with this, and I can then recover. Yes, so we'll be back in another moment. I went ahead and updated HDT, and from 1.6 to 1.63 it more than doubled in size, so it wasn't able to fit on the floppy disk anymore. So you'll need to use 1.6. Actually, it's nearly tripled, almost quadrupled in size, from a nice compact 200 kilobytes to in excess of 700. So they must have improved something. So I've updated that on the main system and the drivers, but on this boot floppy that I'm making, which should boot any 68K 040 chip that shipped with a SCSI hard drive. So it should be quite good for this exact purpose. So combine that with HDT, and we should be good. So let's give this a reboot and just make sure. Actually, I'm confident enough now to just shut it down. Swap over the flash card. Swap MicroDrive in, floppy ready, and we're booting. Well, we're not booting yet, we're booting soon. Well, the boot process has started, so technically it's booting. While you're waiting, you might as well subscribe and watch my other videos. So it's just checking that disc, trying to work out what's going on, what's on this disc. What's it doing? Good. And we have boot to the floppy. So this takes a couple of minutes. So while we're waiting for that, we can talk about other things I'll be doing this weekend to the LCs. Oh boy, we will be replacing the capacitors in one of them with tantalum or tantalum, depending on your choice of pronunciation. I call it whatever the hell I want because it's what I do. We've also got the 68K 040 chip, 40 megahertz. So I'll have to do the. Technically, it's not an overclock because I'm underclocking the chip. So it's a rated at 40 megahertz. It's full blown though. It's got a FPU on it, which should make it a bit faster at some things. What else was there? There was something else. The LCs needed done. Anyway, we've booted up there, as you can see. Let's pop into disk tools disk. And this is recognised as System Software 8.0. So I'll open the HD Toolkit, or HDT Primer as they call it. So we're looking for a 4 gigabyte MicroDrive. Let's go SCSI bus. Volume NA, capacity NA. Alright, let's what do we do? Partition? Partition from File menu. Can I do this until you have formatted the cartridge? Okay, format. About 7 warnings. Boarded with error. Medium error. Yeah. Didn't have that previously. Yeah. So not too much is happening there. So when in doubt, try another MicroDrive. I don't know how good SCSI is with hot swapping, but why not? Well, I can think of 1,000 reasons why not. What if I damage something? That would be quite undesirable. Why am I so bad at inserting this card? Green light comes on. Looks like we're going to have to give it a restart. Now I do remember I did hook up the compact flash card because I was having 2 gig one. I was having similar problems with getting it to format. Now I don't remember if I actually did end up formatting it though in Windows, because I was trying to rethink the path I took. I definitely connected the card reader device up to Windows XP. I definitely formatted. Possibly formatted. I know I accessed it and put things onto. Is that the same though? Is that the same? I'm trying to think about how else I could. I could format it, but I can't think of any other ways that I'd be able to do it. Open up HDT again. This is taking significantly more time than I would have wanted. But it's good to get it right. Save someone else the hassle down the line. Still registering as NA. It's the volume and the capacity. Well, maybe I better hook it up in the PC, try formatting it, see if that makes a difference. I guess all we can do is try. Now I've just got to find the PC that I was using and the hard drive. Oh, the fun never ends. While you're waiting, feel free to subscribe. Won't be too long. Well, the good news is that this particular version of SCSI is hot pluggable, or at least PCM CIA cards are, or rather compact flash cards inside PCM CIA adapters inside a SCSI card reader. I just swapped in my 2 gig card, which has all the normal operating system on it, and it's come up okay after refreshing HDT, and it needed to be mounted, so I mounted it. Unmounted, it recognises the capacity okay. So the real question is it a problem with the just that it's a 4 gig drive and it doesn't like anything over 2 perhaps, or is it something to do with the partitioning, which is more likely, I'd say, given that if a 2 gig drive can work, what can't? So I'm going to do what I said I was going to do and get out that PC, which is a lot of effort, but it's going to be worth it. Stay tuned. Well, pulled out Old Faithful, good old 800 megahertz Pentium 3. Tried 2 different SCSI cards. Both SCSI cards work, so I'm very impressed with that. That's very useful to know and to have. But the 4 gig MicroDrives will not format. One of the cards reported there was an issue with the way it was the type of drive. It was something like 64 sectors versus 32 sectors, 63 heads versus 255 heads. Some sort of incompatibility there. I don't know how to get around that at this point. And all I get on Windows XP when trying to format is Disk is not formatted. Do you want to format it now? Yes, the disk in drive E cannot be formatted, which is obviously a bit of a showstopper, and that happens with both the different SCSI cards. I did try inserting the 2 gig compact flash card, and it works. It's fine. It's a good little card. You can see it there. And it was recognised okay, it would let me format it. I didn't, because I didn't want to format it, because it's got all my Mac OS stuff on it. But yeah, I also noticed this actual drive, this has a compact flash card slot. So I've tried that and through the PCM CIA adapter with no success. So I guess I'm going to do some research on why these won't format, or why they aren't recognised properly. It could possibly be something more to do with the actual firmware on this, but I'll have to have a look and see what I can find. Well, here's hoping the internet's given me some help. The program out there, HP USB drive formatter, formats everything as FAT32. Apparently some of these MicroDrives have a small partition at the beginning of the drive that causes a bit of chaos. You know, it's only about 20 or 30 meg. I'll put a link in on my website to the page where I found this information. But essentially, disk management within Windows XP can't format removable storage or remove partitions or something. So we're going to go ahead and just give this a go, see if it recognizes the drive. HP Drive Key Boot Utility version 7.41.3790.0. Revised much? Can't blame them. They're doing their best. So install, it's not software is not installed, this support for install. Okay, we're installing. Installation complete. And we're installed it, but we're trying to format D or E. Utility or format. Really? Doesn't recognize it. I must need a USB based. Damn, I don't have a compact flash reader. Oh, if only I did. If only I did. Let's have a poke around in computer management anyway. It's interesting, it doesn't recognize drives D or E as being disks there or in removable storage. It's kind of annoying. So I don't really have any way to format them, which is unfortunate. Back to the drawing board we go. Why did I think I'd be able to format it if it's not over USB? You can tell it's late. Oh, back to it. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to give up for now. I've had another idea that might actually work quite well in the meantime. I have been planning on putting a Macintosh together. In particular, the very first one I ever created myself, and what got me hooked on Mac OS 10.4, of course. 10.4 was a fantastic operating system, and even by today's standards is still quite high caliber, especially compared to the more recent releases of Mac OS or OS X. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try putting a SCSI card inside a Macintosh. I've got to get the Macintosh part working first so that it can actually run macOS well enough to... Oh boy, that's a lot of tinkering in itself. But if that does work, I then have a way of being able to access macOS standard, extended, journaled, all through the one system, because 10.4 had support for all those. Apple only really started dropping support for macOS standard was dropped in, I think it was 10.6, could have been 10.5, but at least 10.4 is a pretty safe bet. Now that could be very good, because then I can image my compact flash card and, in theory, just image it onto another compact flash card. And it would also take this PC out of commission, at least for now. I'm sure it'll have a use soon enough, but I would like to sort of pack it away for now. Yeah, look, we'll give this a go. We'll try this path. It is a different one. If it works, awesome. If not, not so good. One other thing I did try changing is I tried switching around the termination settings on the back of that drive there with no success, unfortunately. I just can't get it to recognise. I've even tried partition magic and it hasn't had any luck on the Windows side. So yeah, we'll try this, see if any of my PCI SCSI adapters are recognised in Mac OS on a Macintosh. And if they are, well, that's gonna be awesome. So thanks for watching. Sorry we didn't get anywhere with this. We learned a few things along the way, at least. Don't forget to subscribe so you can keep up to date, and retrojunkie.net for more. Subscribing's probably better though. My website does get a bit neglected at times. Thanks for watching. Have a good new year for 2013.
USB.